Ladies and gentlemen, there is a new NSL live talk going on right now, and it is June 3rd?
Yep,
June 3rd,
June 3.
a Wednesday. It seems to happen on Wednesdays always, interesting. A new NSL live talk, and my guests are David Grauwels on the top left and Pete Allum on the bottom. And David, we have seen like 150 times probably in the last few months. Pete, I haven't spoken with you, officially on NSL Talk Live Interview for a long time.
Yeah, I was starting to take it pretty personally, actually, Kurt.
Oh, I'm glad you're not mad. I was just looking it up actually just for curiosity, and I saw that the last interview that I posted with you, guess when it was?
19, no, I don't know, man. 2016, 17?
Dave, do you any idea, any guess or any memory?
I think 2003 while it was competing.
No, it's a little. It was World Challenge 2012.
Okay,
so
that's
that's
a
what
long
we had.
time, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was competing 2 years ago as well in Australia, so yeah.
Yeah, that's I know. For some reason, I don't know.
That's all right. Like I said, it's nothing personal, Kurt. Just look behind you in the street.
Well, I've been writing about you although many times, and one of the things we're going to talk about, where you were a topic of the NSL news recently. But let's begin first of all, David, let's begin with you. What has changed since we last talked in Belgium as of restrictions and coronavirus crisis and all that?
Well, nothing has changed so far. I think a few hours ago, our government decided that the borders are allowed to open if everything remains like how it is at the moment. The borders open at the 15th of June. So that's 2 more weeks. But there's nothing special about skydiving or indoor skydiving or
It's all still closed.
Yeah, or training at all. So there will be a next meeting, I think, in 2 weeks. But at the moment, nothing really changed. Not I'm aware of. Let's say.
Hey,
and I'm thinking about.
Sorry.
I'm thinking about like if the situation stays like this. Since we're allowed to cross the border on the 15th, I might ask the guys and also my bosses to see if we're not allowed to go and train in Germany. It's not that far.
You're falling behind airspeed and rhythm and all other teams every day. You're falling a little bit further behind.
Yeah, but I mentioned it before. I think Hayabusa has a really great base, and we just have to get Mike on speed. That's the only thing. We don't have to reinvent all the things. We just need to get all our information that we know and put it inside his brain and let him be him. If I was not confident, I would worry, but I don't worry. I know what a replacement that I have, and otherwise I would have stayed to help out the team, but I don't. I'm pretty sure that Mike can handle it. And I'm telling you again, no matter, just also to release the pressure on his shoulder, it's not a shame if you're second or third in your first or second year.
Yeah, I'm kind of just kidding. Pete, you probably see it differently too. It's not falling behind, right? What do you think?
No, I mean, I think the way Dave just finished that conversation right there, it's their first year, it's their year together. And you're not looking at tomorrow, you're looking for the next few years. You want to keep the dynasty going, and that takes some rebuilding. It sounds like a really exciting project. I think Michele is a perfect choice. Yeah, looking good. I can just catch you up to speed with Spanish situation, Kurt.
Yes,
if you like.
please.
Potentially the drop zone could be open on the 22nd. The tunnel is already open, but for solo pro flyers, and maybe going for two ways pretty soon as well. The borders should be open on the 1st of July, but these are all dependent on the numbers as well. Sanchez is keeping an eye on it, and seems to be doing a pretty good job so far with regards to opening borders and allowing movement within the provinces.
That's your president, or who is it?
Yep, that's the Spanish president. Yeah.
Yeah, the restrictions. It seems like whole Europe, at least the travel restrictions will be gone soon, and then at least people can travel to places where training as possible, which
Yep.
is still kind of, not easy, not convenient, but at least something. Is any of you going to Finland on the 17th of the month?
For the competition that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
Now,
exciting one.
now we're talking about the topic, about today's
Yeah.
topics, Finland. Anybody
I'm not
going
going.
there? No.
Dave, you going?
Well, I'm jealous. I'm jealous that they already started, but I'm not going. I'm going. I have a camp planned in the end of August.
So we're talking about Finland now because it's really exciting situation there, to me at least, and I hope for many others. And you are involved because, David, you are coaching Just for Fun. That's one of the two rivals. And Pete, you are coaching Blue Steel.
Blue
And
Steel.
you have been doing this. They have been training.
Yeah, Blue Steel, and I think Just for Fun too. They've been training every week for the last 2 months.
Yeah, how so? In Finland, looks like they have absolutely no serious health troubles.
Well, they did a really good job, Kurt. I mean, they locked it down. They locked the borders down really quick. They tested. They checked all the cases. They just did an exceptionally good job with controlling it, and so they were able to open up way sooner than most.
And one team, the best team in Finland, obviously pro team, as we know, the national team, indoor, outdoor, who are on a significantly higher performance level so far, they have been totally isolated. They could not go to, totally as of now. I think they couldn't travel. They are in Rovaniemi, which is way in the north in Finland, and so they couldn't even use the tunnel in Helsinki.
Well, I think Pro Team is also another level regarding the Blue Steel and the Just for Fun team. I think the Pro Team already established a 26 average, and I think if they still fall back on their, let's say, their own rhythm, I don't think they need to train that much to still be on top of the Finnish league.
Yeah, in Finland, domestically, but I think they have pretty high goals also for World Meet, indoor, outdoor, and so forth. So
yeah, but we've got time now as well, right? Everything is a little more spread out. Yeah,
that's true. So I don't even know, about their plans, but I'll try to find out. But I think they have already decided to do 21 together. But I have to get confirmation for that. But how far is Just for Fun from that? You mentioned 26 average there for the pro team. How far is Just for Fun? You know the insights there, David, and you're going up against Pete soon.
Yeah. Well, I think if you look at the last year, because it's a team since the 2019, right behind the Bedford World Challenge. If you look at the progression, they're not there yet. They're still fighting to be the #1 team, and I'm hoping that one day it will. But I think they're still a little bit immature to fight #1. I think there will be a better fight in between Blue Steel and Just for Fun for the moment.
They have the time now to catch up. Pete, where is I don't know. I think you have permission. They have a very healthy rivalry going there between former
awesome.
teammates.
Yeah.
Where are they compared to? What do you think? Who's going to win this upcoming showdown in June?
Well, if you look at it on paper, Kurt, always they've been super close, and Just for Fun have been just a little bit ahead of Blue Steel, and that makes it really exciting for Blue Steel. It's pushing them. It's giving them a lot of motivation, and even to the extent where we had the opportunity of training the upcoming meet, but the guys said, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go into this competition like a competition because we really enjoy that side of it. So they're highly motivated. And they enjoy the fight, they really love the fight. You've got some experienced competitors there. And Otto is the youngest guy, Otto Wörki. He's been on a team with Jora now for the last couple of years, building from a 10-point average at single A, then double A, team tempo. And now Otto is joining Nadia and Matthew and Jora and he's already up to a 20 average. So it's kind of been nice watching that building process within that team. So who's going to win? I'll let you know on the evening of the 17th. Obviously, I want my guys to win. You know, and Dave wants his to win, but it's going to be a fun battle either way.
Last one in March, beginning of March, I think it was a 1 point battle over 10 rounds, right? 1 point, one single point over 10 rounds. So hopefully we'll see a similar thing again. You and Matthew, Blue Steel's Matthew Eels, you go back way back. You competed probably at the same world meets where
87, yeah.
97?
87, I think, wasn't it? Back in the 80s.
97.
97, okay, because,
yeah,
sorry, 90, yeah, but after Lati, yeah, absolutely right, yeah. Just missing a decade, Kurt, nothing big.
Easy for us, right? After 40 years in this sport.
Exactly. No, for sure, yeah. It was good to be on a team working with him again. I didn't recognize him initially, and then, yeah, he's super motivated as well.
I'm losing some of your audio here now, Pete. I don't know what it is.
Okay, well, go ahead. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, now it came back. Interesting. I mean, it break. Oh, we see. I can hear you, but very low level. So, how both of you are coaching them online? Obviously, you haven't been. I think David, you have been in Helsinki once.
I've been in Helsinki twice. I've been in Helsinki in the end of 2019 for myself, but actually to coach the Blackjacks while they were still a team. And then I went again with Andy, and we did a 2-on-2 camp with several different teams that actually now are almost like, because Finland is a very awkward situation. You have now 2 teams, but actually they're coming together from all different teams. You have the Tigers, you have Tempo, you have Talaka, you have all those influences coming together. And me and Andy, we were there to do a 2-on-2 camp, but also have like a, yeah, it was like a meeting. We had like a gathering of skydivers, and then we talked about the history of Hayabusa, and we did some sort of a gathering. We talked, and they listened, and that was actually very nice. It was actually the first time that we did that. And I'm planning to go back. I'm planning to go back in August, and then once in a while they upload me the videos, and then what I do is I'll watch them and I'll make a debrief, and I'll forward them, and then a little bit later they send me the next videos, and I can see the progression. What is of course always different than being there in real life and pointing them what they really need to focus on, because now you're always lagging a little bit the progression.
Live on Zoom or via email?
They send me the videos via Dropbox, and I do the comments via email. But now I recently find out that it's better for me that I do that via YouTube. Like, for example, they send me the videos, I'll make a screen recording while I talk and show the videos, and maybe rewind or go forward. I enlarge my mouse, and then at the moment when I see something, I'll speak about it, and then if you download the video, then you can then it's yours to have. That's what I do at the moment.
So as of many other coronavirus habits, working more online and all that stuff, those kind of coaching methods will probably come out of it and will establish themselves even when this is all over. Pete, how are you doing your coaching there?
No, that's a really good point, because it's something that I've done a little bit with the Brazilian Sopressao. I've been coaching those for the last sort of 3 or 4 years, and they came to the Win Games a couple of years ago. And with this team from Finland, I did it with Tempo initially, and I've been doing it with Blue Steel now pretty consistently. We have a nice little system going. I was at the tunnel in Fernie last year over the winter, and we did 1 live camp. And since then, it's pretty much a weekly basis. They're training this evening. And so we had an online discussion at the beginning of the season to set things out. I mail them the jumps. They fly the sessions. I watch them normally tomorrow, and I'll make comments. I take a lot of screen grabs as well. I like the idea that Dave has with the YouTube. And also just recently, I made up a video from 1 to 22 of all the blocks with some old footage from my team, some from Kinetics, the Aussie team that I was coaching as well. And I use that as a training aid too, with a bunch of no contact blocks in there. I really like what you're saying about how we're going to develop as coaches using online tools. It's now possible. Like next weekend, I'm supposed to be coaching a team in Switzerland. Can't make it, but we're setting everything up with Zoom meetings before, and we're actually going to go try and do a whole camp where I watch them creep, they do the session, and then we do Zoom debriefings together as well. So interesting.
So some stuff that comes out of it, which could be beneficial in in a way. So if you pick the good things that could come out of it, and it is definitely helpful for the consistency of the coaching and for the teams. It will not take away, as David said, the personal, relationship, the personal meetings and all that. And I'm hoping, of course, that this is not going to go away or will become smaller because, it is convenient and it's less expensive, for the teams. But
Definitely, because you exclude the travel, you exclude sleep, you exclude you can also be busy with teams from the other side of the world. I mean, it's sometimes a pain in the ass to travel to Australia, just like we had kinetics, but now just upload it. Your coach can watch it. It's not the same, but you can watch it, and it's. I mean, I see a little bit of a future, and for my personal in my personal situation, I'm looking forward to do that more often.
Especially with a new family, I'm sure as well, Dave.
Absolutely, busy times.
Well, there will still be Hayabusa is still filming, so I don't think, as of time investment, it's not going to change that much, will it?
Well, I think personally that my wind tunnel season will be a little less intensive.
Oh, that's true. Wind tunnel is a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. So I take that.
I will have more of a winter break. Let's say going into November until April, I will have more. I will have a little bit of more winter break than the guys will have.
Yeah, that's I take that back. It's a significant difference actually. Removing the indoor stuff, that's quite a bit of chunk for. Well, it sounds like like a cool battle coming up there. Both teams seem to be very well prepared for the upcoming battle there on the 17th. And
they normally train together, right, Dave? There's quite often I see the other team in the background.
Absolutely, and the thing is that the two teams are so tight with each other. I think they're also stealing from each other. It's so tight that I think in the beginning you had Blue Steel first, and then a little bit later you saw that Just for Fun was taking the lead. So it's really like up and down. And I mean it's exciting for everybody because it's going to be the first championship since the Australian Championship, I think, in March.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's right. Well, there will be, as far as I know, the Southern California Skydiving League will resume on March 13th. And there are one or two leagues which have actually scheduled meets.
June.
June, yes. 13th of June, which is not this weekend after.
10 days,
so we'll see how that goes, but at least some of the activities will be back. So an outdoor competition may beat indoor competition to the restart, at least in the US. No, I mean that's worldwide. Finland and US. Inland indoor in the US has already been going for a while anyway, and it is back now. What about outdoor? Deland's hit show, Pete. What's up with Holly's team? Holly is Pete's daughter. We're in a four-way team here in Florida.
Yep. I don't think they've had a chance to jump actually, Kurt. I know Holly was hoping to jump pretty soon. She's just going through the process of checking gear and getting current. But as a team, they picked up a new team member, as far as I know, before the coronavirus. Riley joined the team. But let's see. I mean, a lot of it depends on who feels comfortable to jump when things really start rolling. I mean, Deland is jumping, right? Deland are jumping right now.
I hear the planes again, so I guess yes, they are. No, I know. In fact, I have made 2 jumps already after the reopening in Deland. Yes, it was nice to see it from above again. looking at.
What did you do? Solo jump or a four-way or?
No, I had a two-way student, actually a team member of one of the four-way teams that I'm coaching, wanted to do some one-on-one. So we did some one-on-one there.
Perfect.
And yeah, first in the tunnel and then outdoors. So I love it when teams, people are eager to train for themselves to become better individuals. So that
talking about that, because the windboard tunnel is open at the moment for solos, Andy already went to the wind tunnel and he trained by himself solo doing jumps from the World Championship in Lille 2019. He did
Andy.
that by himself. Yeah. Let me see if I can ask. Let me see if I can get his video, and maybe you can upload that one as well, because it's really nice to see how how he does that as a solo guy in the top.
Absolutely. Now, and it will be inspiring once again for other people to see if Hayabusa, the best competitors on the planet. And you told me, we've talked about this before, that Hayabusa is doing a lot of two ways to become better,
Yeah.
And so now this could even be also inspiring and showing people that you can always work on your individual skills, right, Pete? You're
absolutely. Inside my own head, I'm always training, getting ready for stuff. There's always something to be done if you're not actually able to jump. And over the years, if we've had injuries in the team or something like that, we've always taken that opportunity to strengthen a different muscle. It could be being physically better prepared, just doing more exercise, but more often than not, it's the mental game. Really just pushing that side of things, working on your visualization skills, getting into the right arousal level, just really not seeing it as a reason to fall behind, but actually an opportunity to work on something that otherwise would not get worked on.
I'm not competing that much any longer, but I'm still, when I go to sleep, I pick a sequence still and to think it through. It must be boring though, because I fall asleep then usually.
What Pete says is absolutely true, and it's a shout out for the rest of the community. I can promise you that Michele, who has never jumped with Hayabusa so far, he watched tons and hours and tons and hours of video, and being well prepared in his mind for that first jump, and that's already going on for 3 months. So it's a guarantee that he will jump out of that plane and already knows what he needs to do.
Well, didn't Dr. John say 95% is mental, Pete? You work with
absolutely. I don't know about putting a number figure to it, but it's a massive amount of it. Yeah. It's the fuel that fires everything you do. So totally agree. The mental game. And in fact, we just released something with PD on that side of things as well today about mental preparation and getting the brain ready, not just the gear check, but getting your brain ready for the upcoming skydiving season.
Yeah, and we can learn this and read this in many sports psychology books. It's all out there. Now we just have to translate it to skydiving as you do and others. So. Okay, I got my 10-minute warning here, so we're coming towards the end. But I still have David, for you actually, for both of you. You're following everything too, Pete. Obviously, maybe that's I have to. You're not at the big meets on the top level coaching and all that stuff any longer. Even though you are following this, I have no doubt, and you have your teams at the meets. But what do you think? The rhythm lineup is complete now. What they have, who they have, and what the plan is. What do you think?
Well, David, I would like to see one of the next topics that you would address is maybe a one-on-one talk with Christy to see what she's up to, and
writing a note.
Yeah, and I know, but I think she comes in with a lot of experience. I've been competing against her already since the beginning of the World Challenge, where she still outperformed us. I think a little bit throughout the rest of the years, we slightly became better. And now it's to see and to find out how she's coping with that longer inactivity of not performing on the world top level. Still jumping, but the highest level is still another another dimension. And yeah, I think it's more, it's going to be very interesting for her to feel that nervousness, feeling the butterflies in the stomach in the first round, because she's going to be the person to watch, just like Michele will be. Yeah, so talking about the mental part of the game, I think for her is also very stressful. But I also think they have already their technique set, the basic that the rhythm lineup has. It's there. They just need to adapt her to that speed.
Round 1 in Tanai, Pete.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about Chrissy's position where, you know, she's been away from the sport for a little, not from the sport, excuse me, but away from top level four-way. That can also be a strength, you know, because when you get away from the sport, sometimes your brain goes in another place and you reprioritize things. And if you have the skills and you've been at that level, you can actually do it a little more relaxed with, you know, not quite such an emotional cost on yourself. So we'll see. Each individual deals with it differently. For me, it's definitely got easier with the gaps. When I come back into it, I love it. I'm a fierce competitor still, but you know, life is more important. You know, you probably don't hear that too often from me because I spend most of my life skydiving. But you know, family and things like that, they're way more important. And you kind of get that broader vision. It doesn't make you stop enjoying your skydiving or stop putting 100% in. It just kind of gives me a little more relaxed feel about it.
Yeah, that's where experience and age comes in very helpfully, right?
I got the age, yeah.
I'm getting the age.
All right, let's leave it right there. That's a nice finishing.
Cool. Thank you,
that
Kurt.
was very cool. Thank you very much, David and Pete. That is not. It was obviously way beyond that showdown in Finland that is coming up.
Yeah,
and that's what I was hoping for. But you know, we'll all be excited, and we're probably going to talk again after the 17th of the month because that's the first indoor competition coming up, and we're so excited. I can't wait, and I'm sure that they will be excited too. All right, thank you very much, gentlemen.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.